Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a pet blog. So be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if this video or any other video helps you out. So basically what we're going to do today is we are going to talk about what is a pet blog. I'm going to show you a few examples. I'm going to show you how to pick a niche within the pet space. That is very important. And I'm going to show you how and why you should niche down. The next step, we are going to pick a platform. We're going to get web hosting, and we're also going to click and get a domain name for free when you click that first link in the description. After that, we are going to install WordPress, get a premium WordPress theme and why that's important. Some important changes that you need to make to your website in order to get discovered on Google, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and to start writing. I'm going to show you how to start writing, where to start writing, and why. The next step, we are going to talk about different ways to make money, why you need to share your new website on social media, how many blog posts you should write approximately before determining if it's a success or a failure. And then again, make sure you click, there are 3 links in the description that I will cover throughout this video, and they are important to your success. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, what is a pet blog? A pet blog is simply where you find keywords where people are asking questions or have a problem with regard to their pet, and you are going to solve them. For example, if we take a look at this website that I found here, it is called petkeen.com. Now, petkeen.com has information on all sorts of pets, anything from dogs, cats, fish, horses, you name it, they have it. And this is a good example of a good website. One of the questions that I had was, what are the best pet blogs? And of course, they named themselves, but they also listed 25 others. So this is basically what you're going to do. You're going to create content that solves a problem. I had a problem. I wanted to know what the best pet blogs were, and petkeen.com answered it for me. So that's what a pet blog is. Now, in the very beginning, I recommend that you niche down. The reason why you want to niche down is because pets and the pet blog space is insanely competitive. If you just start creating content about pets in general, you're going to have a difficult time ranking and getting seen. For example, let's look at our keyword tool here that I like to use. If I go to Keyword Explorer and I just type in pet, you're going to see it's really competitive. On a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being impossible for a new website or blog, the word pet itself is super competitive. However, if we type in dog, it's still going to be competitive. It should be a little less competitive, as you can see, but there are opportunities. Now, what I would recommend that you do, if you're going into the dog space or cat, whatever it is, pick a dog breed and start there. Now, you can create a website that eventually turns into this mega site where you're talking about different pets in general, but I recommend that you focus on an individual dog or cat or reptile to get started. For example, if we look up dog breeds here, we're going to look up dog breeds and we're just going to grab one. So let's grab a pug. I think that's a good example. So we're just going to type in pug here, pug, and you're going to see pug is even less competitive than the other ones that we looked at. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to matching terms, and these are different keywords or words that customers are searching and they have problems. For example, if we look at some of these, retro pug, Chihuahua pug mix, and so on. Now, if we're looking at this, the keyword difficulty is again displayed with a number as well as a color. Green means that it's much easier to rank. Orange or red means it's almost impossible. But if we scroll down, you can see there would be some opportunity for the pug niche. So that's why you want to niche down so that you can grow further, faster, farther. All right, so that's the first two, pick a niche down. The next thing that we want to do is we want to pick a platform and get web hosting. Now, web hosting is required in order for you to have a website on the internet. Basically, what web hosting is you are renting hard drive space from a third party, in this case, Bluehost, so that your website can get seen by people all around the world. And if you click that first link in the description, you can get a domain name for free for the first year. Now, a domain name is simply a name that people will refer to your website as. For example, petkeen.com is the domain name, and you can make your domain name related to whatever it is. I recommend that you stay close to pets and the pet niche, but you can make your domain name whatever it is, but you'll get that for free for the first year. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to click that first link in the description to go through the process of setting up web hosting. Now, the cool thing is you can get started with web hosting in less than 10 minutes. This next section here, I'm going to show you step by step how to install web hosting, how to install your WordPress theme. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. When you click that link, you'll be taken to this website where you'll go ahead and click Get Started. What I recommend is to click the first one on the far left, the basic plan, if you're just getting started with a website. As you can see, there are a number of options, but click that, click Select, and then move on. Here you're going to create a domain name. If you have one in mind, you can type it in here like you see that I do. What I recommend is try and find a domain name that's going to be related to your niche. Now, what I do is I type in a domain name that I know is already taken. When it's taken, you're going to get this error. What you can then do is go back and try different domains. Now, make sure, again, you want to pick one that's related to your niche. Click Next, and then you're going to see a green box that says that it's approved. The next step is simply to go through and enter in your contact information. Make sure that when you scroll down here, make sure that you leave all of the settings on. But again, enter in your contact information. The settings right here where it says domain privacy, leave all of this checked. If you don't leave it checked, you're going to get people reaching out to you, spamming you, emailing you, trying to get you to sign up for web hosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign up and then jump back to you once I sign on and move to the next step. All right, so I've signed up and I'm going to go ahead and set up my website initially. Just create a simple username and password, make sure it meets the requirements there, and then move on. Make sure that you write it down too. Write it down in a safe spot so that you have it and you remember it, because it can be a pain to go ahead and get everything back. You're gonna have to enter in like some vital information, but just make sure that you write it down. It's really easy and really simple. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that this part is not sped up at all. This is actual real time, and you can see that you'll go from absolutely nothing to a complete website in less than probably 10 minutes. And once you click submit, you're going to move on to the next step where you get to log in. Here is where you're actually going to start creating your WordPress website. Now, the great thing is Bluehost really does everything for you, and it's really simple. So again, I'm not speeding this up at all, and I want you to see what it really takes to create a website. Bluehost is going to do a little bit of work in the background for you, and we're just going to actually click on skip this step. This first one I clicked on start a blog, but for the next step, just click skip, because we know what we're doing, and I'm actually going to tell you what to do so that we can get up and running. Click get started right here on the left hand side, and then move on. Just click skip here and click skip here, and then just pick the first one on the far left. Make sure that you're picking a free theme, because they'll charge you. They have both free and premium themes, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So right now it's actually creating your WordPress website. In just a few moments, you're going to click on log in to WordPress on the right hand side there. You'll see it in just a second. And then we can actually start looking at some basic configurations. All right, so we click log in, and now we actually have a WordPress website. What may need to happen is you may need to click refresh a few times to get it to work, but now we have our website, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in and delete a few plugins, because right now it has the coming soon. And so if someone tried to get to your website at this moment, it's going to say coming soon to them, even though we can see it. This is what your WordPress website looks like, but for everyone else outside of your network, it's going to say coming soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to plugins eventually, and we're going to delete some of the plugins that we don't need. Now, I talk a little bit about plugins later on, but plugins add additional features and functionality. We are going to deactivate the Bluehost as well as the other plugins that are already activated, and then we can go through and make the necessary changes, which I'll cover in just a moment. So we're going to deactivate them and then delete them. Now you want to make sure that you only have the plugins that you're using on your website. The more plugins you have, the slower your website's going to respond and function, and you're going to lose out on ranking. So make sure you have a lean setup, very few plugins, and then move on. As you can see right now, I'm just simply deleting some stuff that you don't need. If you want to, you could keep them, but obviously if you're just getting started, you don't need this other stuff. What's more important is the themes that we're going to talk about in just a moment, as well as getting writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those, deactivate them, and then we're actually going to start moving on to settings, which you see right here. All right, so let's go ahead and make some changes that we absolutely have to make so that you can start getting traffic. The first thing that you want to do is you want to change your site title. Your site title is going to be the title of your website. You can make this basically your domain name. For example, my domain name is Web Hosting Rewind, and you can see that's my site title. And then the tagline is basically what your website's all about in a very succinct manner. As you can see here, mine says, get the latest news and info on all things web hosting. What you want to do is make sure that yours is relevant to your niche. For example, if you are creating content about makeup, you can say, come here for the latest tips and tricks for all things makeup. Next, you want to make sure that your WordPress address is HTTPS and not HTTP. Make sure your site address is HTTPS as well. And then the administration email should automatically be set. Uncheck the membership so that anyone can register. Make sure that this is unchecked. If we scroll down here, you want to change your time zone to your time zone. There are all sorts of them here. Next, you want to make sure that you have your date format set to the way you want, and then go ahead and click save. If we go down to writing, there isn't anything in writing that we need to change. After that, we're going to go to reading. In reading, very important, you want to make sure that your homepage displays to your latest post. That's the first thing. And the second one is you want to make sure that your search engine visibility is unchecked. Do not check this. Discourage search engines from indexing this site. You do not want this, because if this is checked, people aren't going to be able to find your website, and everything that we do after this is going to be a waste. So go ahead and click save. This should be unchecked. Next, if we go down to discussion, there really isn't anything that we need to change here. Media, we can leave this as is, and then permalinks is going to be really important. Right now, your permalinks are set to plain. You want to change it to post name. This is done for search engine optimization. What's going to happen is when we create a new blog post, we are going to make it so that it's search engine optimized. We're going to use the keyword in our title, and that keyword is going to show up right here as well. And this is called search engine optimization. Make sure that it's set to post name, and then go ahead and click save. And really, that's everything that you need to do to make sure that you start getting traffic. All right, so by now you have your website up and running. The next step is to go out and get a WordPress theme. Now, you have a basic theme already installed on your computer. That is okay to start, but ultimately I recommend that you get a premium WordPress theme. The cool thing with a WordPress theme is that it is going to change the look and feel of your website. For example, this right here is a WordPress theme, and it's really easy to install. What you can do is go over to themeforest.net, and you can just type in niche. You can type in pets, you can type in dog, whatever it is. We're going to type in pets. And they actually have put together a bunch of WordPress themes that are going to look good for your niche or niche. And so what I recommend that you do, go through, find one that you like. Don't spend a ton of time on it. What's more important is that you start writing, but find one that you like and simply purchase it. You're going to click on this button here, add it to cart. And then once you add it to cart, you are going to purchase it. When you purchase it, you're going to download a zip file or a zip drive to your computer. Once you get that zip file, you're going to unpack or unzip that zip file, and there's going to be a second zip folder or zip file. So what we're going to do next is we are going to go back to our WordPress dashboard and just get out of here. We're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and we are going to go to Appearance. We're going to go to Themes, and then we're going to click on Add New. Once we click on Add New, we're going to click on Upload Theme, and then we are going to find that theme we just unzipped. So that zip within a zip, we are going to drag and drop that zip right here, or we're going to click on Choose File and find it. Once you have it here, you're going to click on Activate, and it's actually going to change the way that your website looks. It's going to look exactly how you want it. There's probably some changes that you may want to make, for example, like the color scheme, add a logo, but it's not important for what we're doing right now. Now that we have that, the next thing that we want to do is we want to go out and start writing. We want to create our first post. And to do that, we are going to click on Post. We are going to click on Add New. Now, what we are going to do here is we are going to name our post whatever we found in keyword research. For example, if we go back over here, we are going to copy this because maybe we want to create content on a pug corgi mix. So we're just going to copy this, and we are going to paste it right in the title of our new blog post. Now, the reason why you want to do this is so that people are going to be searching this exact term, pug corgi mix, in Google, Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, and we want to give our blog post the best chance to show up at the top. This is called keyword optimization. You want to make sure that this is just like this, where the keyword is in the post title. If we look at petkeen.com, they have their keyword as top pet blogs, which I think I searched, but you may want to add in a little bit more, but this could work for keyword research if people are searching top pet blogs. I think I searched pet blogs, but we still got here. So what you want to do is if we go back over here, this is going to be our web page or our blog post. So if I were to make this live, it would say, webhostingrewind.com/pug-corgi-mix, and that's exactly what we want so that we can get discovered in the search engines. The next thing we want to do is figure out what to write. Now, before writing a sentence, what I'd like to do is take a couple minutes and I like to do a little brainstorming session. I want to do who, what, when, where, why, and how. Now, this is going to help me write better content to answer the question that my audience wants to know. I like to spend 10 minutes just filling it out. What is a pug-corgi mix? Who discovered a pug-corgi mix? Why were they invented? How to get one yourself? How to buy one possibly? And so if you can go through and answer these questions, these are the exact things that people want to know. For example, we could say, who discovered the first pug-corgi mix? Okay, and so what we're going to do is once we have them, now when you're brainstorming, don't worry about good questions and bad questions. You just want to get a bunch of questions on paper because that's going to help you write better. So what we're going to do is if we wanted to use this in our blog post, we're going to change this into an H2. And we are simply going to answer this question in the upcoming paragraph. Again, this is all designed to help us rank and get discovered on Google, Bing, Yahoo, and DuckDuckGo. And so what we're going to do is we're going to simply answer these questions and then we're going to move on. One of the most common questions that I get is, how many words should my blog post be? And the answer is, it really depends. It depends on what your competitors have written on. It depends on how many words it takes to answer the question. The blog post should only be as long as it needs to be. If you can answer this question about the pug-corgi mix in 500 words, your blog post should be 500 words. However, if it takes 3,000 words, it's what it takes. Now, one thing that you should do is you should look at the websites that are ranking in the top 10 positions. That'll give you an idea of the number of words you need to create in order to potentially rank. So as you can see here, pug-corgi mix, we're simply going to write this out. And when we're done, we're going to press publish. Now, when we press publish, our website is going to be live. Now that it's live, we need to figure out some ways to make money. And there are a number of ways to make money with a pet blog. One of the easiest ways to make money is simply to place ads right on the website. If we scroll down here, this giant Kohl's ad right here, this is an ad that PetKeen.com has placed on their website. If I were to click on this ad right here, PetKeen would earn some money because it is an ad. Now, the biggest ad network out there and the first one that you can start with is Google AdSense. Now, you can start with Google AdSense. You're not going to make a bunch of money with it. You're going to get paid pennies on the dollar. And the reason why we're starting with them is because they will take anybody. Once you start getting 1,000 page views, 10,000 page views per month, you can switch to other larger ad networks like Azoic, AdThrive, Mediavine. They're going to pay you a little bit more. So you want to keep an eye out. You want to make sure that you're tracking your page views. But if you want to make some change to get started, you can use Google AdSense. In addition, you can also do what's called affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is simply recommending or selling other people's products and services. For example, you could be an affiliate for Walmart or Pets.com or Chewy.com. And if you can find products that are congruent or that are in line with your blog and your website, you can make some decent money. Now, if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, I do have the third link in the description will lead you to a free affiliate marketing course. So definitely check that out if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing. You can also sell your own physical and digital products right from your website. For example, if you wanted to, if you had a guide on raising the perfect pet or pet training, you could sell that right in your website, right in your WordPress website, but that is outside the scope of this video. So there are at least 5 different ways that you can make money with your pet blog, as long as you are making sure that the content or the opportunities are in line with the niche or the pets. I would even say that if your blog post is about dogs, don't add anything about cats because dog people aren't cat people and vice versa. So after we have that, the next step is you simply just want to share on social media. Now this is important because in the very beginning, your website will not be discoverable. People will not find your website on Google, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo. But what you can do in the very beginning is simply share your blog posts, individual posts, with people that are interested in your niche. For example, if there is a subreddit that focuses on pets and blogs. If they allow you to post links, you can post links there. Another place is within Facebook groups. You can even start your own Facebook group and post links there. There are a ton of places that you could post your links, your blog post links, so that you can potentially start making money. What I recommend is be consistent with your posting. Don't only post when you have a new post out. Post frequently, engage with the community, and you'll start growing faster. Now, the next question that I always get is, how many blog posts should I write? Ideally, I think you should write at least 50 blog posts before you determine if your website was a success or failure. Now, the reason why I think 50 is a good number is because it gives Google and it gives yourself lots of information. It tells you if you should improve on your writing. It tells you if this is something you even want to do long term. 50 is a pretty good number, and I recommend that you write every day or every other day on your blog, because the only way you're going to get blog posts up is either you do them yourself or you hire someone out. And so now that you know how to start a pet blog step by step, click the links in the description. Click the first link to get started with Bluehost, click the second link to get your premium WordPress theme, and then click the third link for a free affiliate marketing course. This was Web Hosting Rewind with another video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.